Let's get straight to it. 2012 Cadillac CTS4. This is the 3.0 liter engine. So today we're changing the water pump. This is what your water pump should look like. There's 6 bolts and there's 4 bolts on the side with the pulley. And here's your gasket for it. And this is our brand new replacement bolts. And you also need any basic RTV or water pump type adhesive. So the first thing we're going to want to do is get this cover off right here. So we have to remove this cap. This is the oil cap here. Remove that. Now we can lift up right here and then pop up on this side like that and pull forward to clear this bar. And that's how you get this off. So once we get all this up right here, you can clearly see your water pump right here now. So this is the pulley and the 4 bolts that we need to remove. And then once that pulley is off, we'll be able to see all of our bolts to remove that pump. So the first thing we want to do is get this belt off. So let's do that first. Let's clear some space up right here. We can have more space to use other than just this little pocket right here. Flathead or 8mm to get this hose clamp loose, and this one right here. And then we can remove this. All right, so once that's loose, I'm able to move this out of the way. You don't even have to remove this connection right here, this vacuum line. You can leave that in. And now we have more clearance here to maneuver and get our tools, and also to get this belt off as well. So now we can see our pulley clearly right here. So I'm using a simple 1/2-inch drive wrench to get this removed. You're gonna have to turn this clockwise to get this released. So I'm gonna lift up on this wrench like this, and you can see the belt as it releases right there and how it's loose right there. So now I can remove this belt. So once the belt is off, you can see the pulley is still free. So we got to get these 10mm bolts off to release this pulley. The best way to do it is by using the impact, of course. Using some kind of impact, whether it's an electrical impact or an air impact. You can also use an electric ratchet or air ratchet to get this off as well. If you don't have any power tools or air tools, then I'll show you how to get it off without that also. One way to get this off is to get some basic channel locks like this, and you can just set settings a little bit wide but not all the way. And you can actually just grip this real lightly, not enough to cause any damage or anything like that. And then you can get your ratchet or socket on there, and you can start to turn these out. And these are just 10mm, so they're not going to be on there that tight. So this is why we can use this method with no problem. Like I said, the easiest way is to use like a battery impact or something like that, and that will get this out with no problem. Alright, so once we get that off, this is what we're left with. So that's the water pump in this hole right there. This is exactly what it looks like here. So there goes your bolts for it. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 2 on the bottom. The 2 on the bottom right here. So those are the 6 bolts that we have to remove. It's real simple. We already drained the coolant, so this should come right off with no problem and no mess. So let's go ahead and get these 6 bolts out. Okay, so all 6 bolts are out. Now, of course, it's still going to be stuck here a little bit, so grab it by where the pulley was, and then we should be able to pull that off of there. And there goes the fluid, and that's why we set to put something underneath to catch that fluid. So this is the old part compared to the new part here. And so obviously, since it's a new part, we don't have to clean up the surfaces. So the only thing we're gonna have to do before it's time to get this on is clean up that surface right there. And then we're going to use our RTV and our paper gasket to create the ultimate seal. All right, so you gotta be very careful here, because you might think that this rubber right here is what you need to get off, but right here is actually, the whole thing is a metal gasket. So let's be sure to get this whole metal gasket off and not confuse this for part of the motor. And the last thing you want to do is to clean this off thinking it's part of the motor, and then put your pump back on top of here, because then it's only going to leak right behind it. So make sure to check for a metal gasket. Ours came with a paper gasket, so clearly this was a metal gasket with a little rubber on it. So, and you can see where our leak was on here too. So just make sure to check for a metal gasket before you try to put your new pump back on. So I normally just use a regular flat razor to clean up all these edges here. And if you turn it at a certain angle, then you won't leave any major scratches on here. If you don't trust yourself with the razor, then you can always use other things to get this done. You can always use Scotch-Brite or steel wool, and that can help grind some of this off. It'll probably take a lot longer though. And if that doesn't work for you, then you can always use low grit or high grit sandpaper, like 1000 grit or 800 grit, something like that. But for me right now, the Scotch-Brite seems to be working real fine. So I'm gonna just use the Scotch-Brite and go all the way around here and finish getting this clean. And then I'll come back with a regular rag and wipe off whatever is left. So some people just like to put the paper gasket on and just go with it, but I don't really like it that way. I don't have good history with that. So what I like to do is use the RTV, put a little bit all around, and then put the gasket on top of there, and then put a little bit around on the other side, and then I like to apply it on as well. And it's also good for keeping this gasket in place. All right, so I got all of my RTV around now. Let's place this gasket on top. Line all the holes up the right way. Definitely want to get these holes lined up, and want to move a little quick too. The RTV doesn't dry that fast, but you still don't want to wait too long to get this. All right, and now that we have that side down, I'm going to put RTV on this side as well. All right, so this is what you want it to look like. It's completely covered, and I can see through all of the holes. All right, let's go ahead and get this on here. Gotta be real careful not to hit this against anything. All right, so now with my other hand, I can start to feed some of these bolts in. So I'm gonna get at least 2 of these bolts threaded in real quick. So I got the first 2 top bolts in loosely. They're not tight at all. So now I'm gonna go ahead and feed the other bolts in, and I won't tighten them all the way down either. I'm just gonna put those ones on loosely like these. All right, so I have all 6 bolts in now. They're just loosely in. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go all around, and I'm gonna start off with this one here up top, and then the one directly across from that one, and then this one up here, and then the one down across from that one, and then this one here, and then this one over here across from that one. And I'm only going to half tighten up those down, and then I'll go back around the same sequence and fully tighten them down. All right, it's pulley time. Let's get our pulley back lined up with our holes on there. And now we can start to loosely thread our 4 bolts in. I'm going to use the same technique that I use to get these off, to get these on. So I'm going to, now this is if you're not using an impact or a drill type electric tool, but this method here is also easy anyways. So I'm gonna do it this way, that way you see how it's done without any special tools. All right, so that's it there. So all 4 bolts are nice and tight. All right, it's time to get our belt back on. So the same exact way we got this off, we're going to use this pulley. We're going to turn it counterclockwise to give us some slack, and we're going to route our belt back on, and then that would be it for the belt. Let's get this back on here. And once this is on, we'll tighten up these hose clamps. So we're able to change the whole water pump without disconnecting any harnesses. So no reason to disconnect the battery either. So that's pretty much it, guys. That is it for this job. That's how you change your water pump on this Cadillac.